Hello everyone. In this brief video, I'm just going to go over a few important things that you might need some help with on JMP software. So, one of the first things you're going to need to do is actually import your information that you downloaded from the Google Forms as an Excel document. You're going to need to import that into your JMP software. So my JMP is currently open here. I am going to actually go to File at the top of my page. And I'm going to go to Open. And when I go to Open, it should have a window that pops up, and I'm going to click my file in Excel that I want to open. And so I'll just hit Open, and then you're going to hit the Import button once you do that. So now my data is here. This is data from a previous group's lab. And so if I were to import this directly from Google Forms, all these variables up here, these names would probably have the actual question in them, like the full question. So one of the things you're going to need to do is to rename your variables according to best practices. So to do that, you can right-click on the variable name up here, and if you go to column info, you can actually change the name to whatever you want it to be. So this one is screen_time. So I know that it probably means screen time. And this is a numeric data. So I'm going to keep that as numeric. And then, make sure you've got the type of variable that it is specified correctly. So this is a continuous variable. But if your variable is ordinal or nominal, you're going to need to indicate that here. And when you do that, make sure that's correct. You can click OK, and it should apply whatever changes that you just made. The other thing you're going to do is you're going to need to recode at least one variable for this lab. And when I mean recode, what I mean is that you're taking a variable that maybe has several different categories for the responses, and you're going to make it, let's say, binary. So let's say I'm interested in taking this screen time variable, which is currently continuous, and I want to make it into a binary variable. So what you can do is you can go to the icon at the top of your page that says calls. So I'm going to go up here where it says COLS, and I'm going to click this, and you see how this is highlighted here. You want to make sure you do that first, and I am going to go down to the recode function. So when I do that, you see that it's got the count for each one of these values, and it's got the old value here. So let's say that I have decided that, just for this practice, that anything that is 5 hours and below is going to be low screen time. And let's say that anything that's 6 hours above is going to be high screen time. So if I'm going to have, low screen time, let's say I'm going to have that, I'm going to code that as a 0. So low screen time, I know my old value is 2, that's less than 5. I'll make this one a 0 as well, and I'll make 5 0. So we'll do anything 5 hours or less. And then anything that's above 5 is going to be high screen time. So I'm going to now make this a 1, and I'm going to make this a 1, and now I have recoded this into a binary variable. Anything that is a 0 is going to be considered low screen time, 5 hours or less, and anything that is a 6 or a 7 is going to be a 1. That is going to be considered for my study high screen time. So now that I've done that, I'm going to click Recode, and now it creates this new variable, screen time 2. And now you see that all of the things that were 4s, and 5s, and even a 4 and a 5 and a 2, these are all 0s now, and the 7 and the 6, which we're considering high screen time, these are 1s now. So you can, if you want, you can rename this column to something meaningful. So instead of screen_time 2, I'm going to call it screen_time_bin, because that tells me that it's a binary variable. So that's an example of how you can recode a variable in JMP. You need to pick one variable to do just for practice for this lab. You don't need to recode more than one variable. I just want you to practice so you know how to do it.